these are the heroes that typically people have been running or trying to run versus Leshrac. So they just pick this Pudge preemptively, and they have to change the strategy, right?
Oh! Have we seen this hero yet? Dark's here?
I'm confused right now.
Ori's playing.
Actually, no, there's a mid Zeus, so it doesn't matter. They weren't trying to go for Leshrac.
Oh,
And
the
XM
XXS Dark's here. Let's go.
Mid Zeus versus mid Pudge.
Yeah, every point of strength that he gets right now is giving him HP. It's giving him damage because he's universal. It's giving him mana and mana regen. It's giving him attack speed because the strength is buffing up his intelligence, which is in turn buffing up his attack speed. How can this...
And magic resist.
All off of one stat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Something about this hero does not make any logical sense. He is beyond the comprehension of us non-cone-headed men. He is, and he's already doing some work here.
Round skulls. Well, Shinkyu's not doing any work, where you do more damage with your spells the closer they are. This one just seems a lot simpler.
It's also cool.
I mean, you're just waiting for that Reddit clip, right? Of like the rampage, where the final hero takes 60% amplified damage.
I'll get one there. Get some extra damage out on the map. Darkseer's definitely going to help enable him here, but he's still searching for something in this game. And it's going to be
smoking across, running into Tianming. Ori's sitting on the side here, lading up the hook and gets him. Now FY's going to follow up with the cookie, trying to chain this stun. XM is pretty tanky though with a phylactery, and his team is coming to the rescue, and now Ori is stuck in a 1 versus 4 because FY can do nothing to help him. 1 versus 5. Boy, Extreme just brought every hero to this top lane.
Might get another meat shield off.
Another meat shield will help him live just a little bit longer, but...
5-man move here from XG. Tired of getting rebuked in this top lane.
Where does the lasting damage come from until the Naga's online?
That's why you have to land hooks this game. You have to isolate heroes so you can focus them down with everybody.
Static Storm, Kinetic Field, surprise with the kisses on top of that one. That is a lot to be thrown down, and they even get the hook to be able to stop the Sunray heal going out. Supernova is going to go down with the charge in from Jin Q. It's just beautiful. Thunder God's Wrath still, though. They have the Snapfire. That's a hard counter to the Phoenix. They can still get some extra kills off of it, though, as they know they're not strong enough to fight back against XM. XM low on mana now, but does he have enough with just right-clicks to deal with Ori?
The catapult.
The creep. No, that's not what he wanted at all. He gets stopped by the lightning bolt. Still, though, he is moving. Can he get out, XM? He's just out of mana, working off Magic Wand charges after Magic Wand charges. When you're split pushing, because I'm not sure if there's an item build that allows him to do anything against this much magic damage. Grabs the Invis after the hook, but they've got the Sentry down. He can still get a charge, though. Wait, okay, now he's going to go for the actual charge. He could have maybe gotten away. I guess the glimpse was going to be there no matter what.
Or he's just working towards an Ags, but not much is happening for him in the meantime. And this does beg the question, at a certain point, are XG just going to force an objective like Roshan or a tier 2 with the auras on XXS?
Ame pushing in with a Shadow Blade, finds a pick off on the Disruptor, still hit the hook from Ori. But I don't think that's a unit he really wants to go for. Now he's going to be vacuumed up the cliff, and they'll have a Lightning Bolt to stop him, or a Yules.
Well,
either one will do.
This is awkward.
And Buck just watches on in dismay. He's, okay, bye, Ori. Sorry.
There's a real damage problem for Azure Ray right now. That changes the dynamic of the fight, but until then, you kind of have to just tank the brunt of it. Oh, they'll find a call on the Primal.
And the Naga Siren does start doing some damage.
Okay. So the Roche is being done by XG right now, and Tiny likes attack speed.
True.
So I think most of the item makes sense for the hero. It's, basically, if you go Silver Edge and it gets you 2 or 3 more kills in that mid game because you're invising around a lot more, then it pays off.
Okay. Ag's done for the Pudge, though. So there's a big damage upgrade. They're going to get the call on to XXS. A perfect pick off to start. Now you know they're missing a lot of their team fight, though apparently Extreme Gaming don't feel like it. A hook misses. DY finally going to get off the Supernova, but they're turn back and deal with it pretty quickly here. Nothing to stop them. Thunder God's Wrath gets thrown out, but Bach is not low enough. And here he comes. He's actually going to go for this one with the 2 cores lined up and a vacuum on a third. Pulls
Yeah,
it in.
but is it
There's
doing
a
anything?
static storm that stops a lot of the damage coming in. This Tiny still wants to fight it out. Remember, he's got that Aegis, so he doesn't mind dying as long as it's in the next 20 seconds. And he's beating this Pudge to a pulp right now. A final tree toss will finish him off. Thunder God's Wrath a little slightly after the Pudge dies. Now the Kiss is going to be put to use. DY. He does have Supernova. Gets called, though, and a Culling Blade will put him down before the Supernova can be used.
More stacks for the Axe. I just don't think XG have answers to the magic resistance right now. They're going to try and work towards them as this game progresses. Look for another pickoff. Dude, this Blade Mail is destroying him.
Yup.
What courier has been killed.
I mean, this is Darkseer with 50% resist on both sides. Now, some of the Axe, like counter Helix, dealing pure damage. Still, that is...
Doing it again, this time on Shin-Q, but Shin-Q. Dispel, BKB now gets the slam onto the Snapfire, chasing him down. The song will eventually stop him here. But now Ame, it's his turn to come in. He's waiting for his opportunity, jumps in now, gets pushed back by the Disruptor, doesn't matter, still managed to get that kill. Shin-Q finally gets Culling Blade to death, but the Supernova is out. Azure Ray got to make a break for it, but Bach is losing HP fast against the Tiny. Thunder God's Wrath goes out, not quite enough, but a backstab from XXS. Hits the vacuum, a toss over, finishes off to 2, and Ori with a desperate TP away makes it.
Lucky to escape, because that flank from XXS was a thing of beauty there. But for now, Ame still reigning supreme, eyeing his prey. He'll take low.
Already down to half HP with Shin-Q coming in. Too much magic damage.
No song for you.
Just the perfect opening. And now a dive on a Yules. Maybe catches Ori. Ame's going to get the toss back there into Shin-Q. Doesn't toss him that far. A cookie helps him out. A Force Staff gets him even farther. Oh, but XXS hits another beautiful wall vacuum. Too bad it's inside of the base. So Extreme Gaming, not the best at being able to follow that up, but they got something bigger out of that. They got Lowe's buyback.
They got Lowe's buyback and nobody else got glimpsed there.
Yeah.
So honestly, probably okay with that overall exchange. TP to the outpost from Ori. That is very aggressive.
Yeah, Azure Ray want to be able to get more out of this one. That way they can take the Roshan, a buyback from Tianming. He's got the outpost to be able to TP to, or the tier 2, so he's going to come in and try and help control this Tiny, but the Tiny just can't be controlled. We already tackled that one. Low, he has Song if he wants to help save Ori right now, who's in the middle of all these heroes, but Ame just keeps on track with the BKB, tosses him up, laying that physical damage into him. Low sitting on the side going, I can't do anything, guys. Nut up into that high ground. Oh, Shin-Q maybe goes a little bit too far here. Bach hits the call and gets the kill.
Yeah, you know? It really is. He's going high ground.
He's got a BKB sitting in his backpack because he has this Aegis. They're going to use the banner there. A pull in, but an immediate avalanche just sets up Shin-Q to follow that up, and he actually just keeps going with his BKB. Now, Ame is ignoring that. He's just going for buildings right now, but a second hook lands onto him. And the Nimbus just continues to disrupt Ori's attempts to dismember.
And they actually use this banner pretty well.
Imagine that.
Invincible catapults right here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Can't even get a glimpse. So 2 hooks hit by Ori.
Back
doesn't
in,
matter.
vacuum on 2. FY does manage to get, oh, not enough. A long-range swing there, and look at this Sunray just continuing to heal up this Tiny. Any damage they pump in, it's outdone by the percentage-based healing, and now a Supernova on top. Sunray going the wrong direction. They're going to Song, try and focus on the egg. They've got it. And Ame's a little bit low, but he does have that Aegis. Bach, call on 2. No, hit by the Avalanche. Couldn't stop these heroes.
Nice battle hunger slow.
Somebody from retreating out here. Now the call gets on Ame as well. Ame did not want to forsake Shin-Q, but maybe he's just given up his own life as XXS starts backing away, leaving Ame behind. XXS comes back in for the vacuum. BKB goes out from Ame. Can he disengage? Silver Edge up in a second. But a call comes in from Bach.
Oh my
Bach, he's taking a lot of damage though. The XM's here dealing out that percentage-based damage. They go for Bach. Bach in trouble, stuck between the Darkseer and the Zeus, and he'll win against neither. Another hook back onto Ame. Low, hits him with the ensnare, trying to finish up this Tiny. They've almost got him. They've got him.
The mountain falls.
Avalanche as Azure Ray bring down the house and bring down the mountain and somehow manage to win a fight against Extreme.
Gold for that kill. But damn, did it take a while, and it was costly here. XG posturing on the map, but not confident enough to push high ground without the Aegis, and it'll be Azure Ray smoking out, trying to catch something here.
Don't run into the Tiny.
Or
run
do.
into the back
5
line.
on 1. Is this favorable enough?
I don't think they can kill him fast enough. The team is coming
They're
in
gonna
fast.
try.
Wait, the Sunray's coming in. He's down to half HP.
He's
Wait,
gone.
he's dead. What was that
Bloodthorn.
big burst of damage? The Bloodthorn popped in so much. Holy. Now a Supernova, though, and a second Sunray on top of this one without the Tiny. Is this even
Saga
possible? The
bursted.
Supernova explodes successfully.
They're all healing.
They are. They're back up to full HP. The Zeus is still able to throw some spells from the back line.
This has got to be good for Azure Ray, or
It
he's
has
full
to.
HP.
They're having to run through the wall to be able to do all this, and Extreme Gaming are beginning to back up now, but a call back on
Yes.
XXS with the glimpse.
Jin-Q versus the world, but this is a fight that XG are getting
They're
the hell
actually
out
going
of.
to get the Snapfire off it. Oh, the hook! Ori catches the +1. He's going to try and surge away, but ensnare.
Wait,
Why did that only last 1 second?
greased it off.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I mean, that Bloodthorn pop was... He has such a high HP pool. And honestly, if you're Azure Ray and you get nags off this Roche, you give it to Tian Ming here?
Oh, yeah.
I think you do. There's almost nothing better anyway. And this Tiny is... He's capping out. There's not much more in the tank for Ame to scale.
Lead off on Ori. Is that the target you want to go on first? Shin-Q popping his BKB. Ame just continues to swing. The Sunray, though, they need to start backing up.
I mean,
They
they're
use
just
that
all
song.
healing.
Full heal. Set up the second part of the team fight, which is going on to Shin-Q with no BKB. Ori missing out on the hook. And Ame challenging him. Thunder God's Wrath. XM throwing the damage into the backline. Heroes couldn't quite finish him off. A second Thunder God's Wrath. Not good enough. Bach, he gets the
Found the
initiation
Zeus.
out of the Zeus. He's killing the Zeus. XM dying fast. A hop away is not good enough. Shin-Q tried to save him. Now he's put his own life in danger. And Ame is just not doing enough damage by himself anymore. Pulled back into the Azure Ray 5-man ball that is somehow tankier than Extreme Gaming.
I mean, Ori is... He has quietly gotten out of control in this game. This man goes up to 70% resistance across the board. This Snap can continue to scale in this game. He's got Daedalus queued up next. Feels like there's a lot more pathways for Azure Ray to find the extra damage that they need in this game than it is for XG. So they're gonna
found
find
the Naga.
low.
Ooh, wait a minute.
What?
He's dead for 2 minutes. There's no buyback there.
And Static Storm was just thrown out. This fight's wide open for XG.
Yeah, Azure Ray, we were talking about how good their last team fight looked, but if you get picked apart, that's no good. They're going to stop the TP from Ori. Is everyone going to die here? Okay, Tianming is going to be able to get the TP out. Don't let Ori get away, though. Extreme, you really want both of these core kills.
He's got Aegis for 30.
It's going to take a while, but surely they'll be able to work him down.
I mean, nobody kills him outside of Ame here.
Ame, we've got something for you.
Dude, what an insane amount of potential thrown away here by Azure Ray with a single misstep by low. Like, we're seeing how strong Ori here is, but none of that matters.
He survived through the stuns.
That's a gem gun as well.
It's so wild against all the magic percentage-based damage he's dealing with. So they're going to play it slow. Azure Ray used a lot of ultimates there. Extreme, they have everything up.
Oh, man,
and they
don't
spotted
care.
Naga. They're going to be able to get the vacuum on the two of them. FY is almost
slow.
dead. The Naga Siren's down to half HP. Can they finish him up inside the Sunray? The
They got
ball
him.
cannot go off.
Does have buyback.
The Supernova explodes, and now Box, the one in trouble underneath the Nimbus. Attempted hook to be able to pull him out of the area. Not quite good enough. A Thunder God's Wrath. That's not good enough either. Inside of this invisibility, call goes out. Bog trying to run away, but he cannot escape XM. He'll chase him down eventually.
Whoa.
A long-range toss. Shin-Q gets thrown across the map. A giant Pudge misses a big old hook, and XM gets glimpsed back into position right next to the Pudge. Don't have to hit that hook. Hook
Come
will be
back
over
in.
to the other side. And Static Storm
Got
trying
called.
to stop out this Tiny. Tiny underneath all of this damage to the Sunray, trying to heal him up. The Blood Orchid once again. It kills him.
That was a costly Roche for Azure Ray.
At some point, this Tiny could just hit Throne. It's only going to take like 10 shots. Ori,
has
here in
no
the front line.
buyback
Call
here.
goes out from Bach. XM was able to get back. So he's good, and Ame is too tanky underneath the Sun Ray for them to go for him now. Now they pull him in a little bit deeper. Another back on the floor with the wall. Is this going to be good enough with slams coming in from Pulverize after Pulverize from Jin Q? The damage of AoE, it's doing it. It's doing it. They're finishing off these cores, and they use the Aegis on the Axe. That means no low. He's not going to be able to come back into this one. Can Box time out carry this team fight? Can Ori do it? Can Ori stop Ame? They need to be able to hook. How did they get this tiny? Pull them back in with the glimpse. Now XTX trying to get away. A cookie right on top of him. A Static Storm on the 2.
It's going wrong for XP.
Though, and he was able to get the hop out. They need to keep the vision to be able to glimpse back on XM. If they see him, they can kill him. Amanta pops the hook from hell. Pulls him in after the jump.
What a god.
Got the Zeus. And Low died with no buyback, but somehow Azure Ray win the fight anyway. They have killed the 1 and 2 position of Extreme, who also do not have buyback here.
But all you have is spell damage here.
Yeah, you have no physical damage anymore with your Tiny being gone.
50 seconds.
And Azure Ray have tons of physical damage.
Oh, they have the Shredder.
This Sapphire is shredding people. Shredded people in the last team fight because he hit the level 25 talent. You got to be careful of FY. You cannot dare this Shredder. A vacuum stopping out the cookie. The Rack's almost dead. Q keeps it going. The Static Storm right in the middle of all of these. They're just going to fight to kill this rival beast. It's so hard. They finally got the call. Now they got the Darkseer on top of that one. Oh, back. Pull in, DY. They cannot last long enough. The Supernova goes out. Wait, they don't have the attack speed to stop it. 20 seconds for Ame.
They're going Megas.
3.
They are not going Throne here. Low is back.
They're playing it safe, I guess, but it's just going to be Ame.
5 seconds for the Tiny. I mean, there's no way he can 1v5 this. Still have a glyph, but you don't have any of these other buybacks. 20 seconds for the Zeus. The Shredder is going to go to work here.
Oh, yeah, there it goes. Taking down one of the tier 4s instantly.
Ame, what can you do?
Ame looking for the opening, Silver edging forward. Glimpse back. They're just keeping him away from the throne right now. Ori's going to challenge him. Ame tries to toss him away, but it's FY hitting the Ancient right now. Glow playing it a bit back, though. He does want to commit into the Zeus. Double Nimbuses. So many spells. Lightning after lightning. It is a Thunderdome in here, but a Thunderdome that has put it to halt. A Song, a Static Storm right on top of the 2 of them. The Shredder goes to work now. Ripping through DY. Pulverize trying to stop that one as much as possible. But Ame said, Ori said, your damage is gone. And Azure Ray will push through. They'll kill every single member of Extreme before going the Ancient. They wanted to prove a point. Our late game is superior to yours.
What a sequence here from Azure Ray in the late game. That game felt so hard for them for so long in that first 30 minutes, going up against the insurmountable mountain. But they pushed through it.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, Azure Ray's draft is looking like an old patch draft mixed with a Ori Pudge, which we just saw last game. Absolutely nail it. Extreme's cooking. I don't know what they're cooking. I don't know how good it's gonna taste, but yeah, that's a lot of respect, but none for Mr. Putka.
I don't know. It's the way God made me.
Ame, look out! Ame, what are you doing? Dead shot? Can Ori hit the hook? Okay. That's kind of cheating when you set it up with the bushwhack, but first blood goes to Tianming. Azure Ray.
1 strength.
That's right. Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, I think it's just good. That's a lot of maneuverability in the fight. A lot of ability to chase someone down after a charge and bash them.
Yep.
Even in these early game situations.
Tries to throw out a blood grenade to help out Jin Q. Didn't even come close to landing, but Jin Q may still get the kill anyway with his own blood grenade. Bushwhack ticking down to the blood grenade, though. The final tick will finish him off by like 1 HP.
That is close.
That was very close. Oh, got a dismember off. Won't kill him, but heals up Ori a decent amount.
And go straight back in here. Try and land some bashes. Nope. Help create openings for the team. Little stack farming. Camp stacked. Fly putting
ambition. This will be big. If XM can get this kill, that'll right a lot of wrongs for him. Slowing down the Slaughter just a little bit more. A dead shot from long range lands, and that's enough. They get also another 2 intelligence. Not too bad. Ooh, not quite. Go for the Enchanter, see if they can burst him down. Tianming, the healing is going to work
this
now. And
silent
XM has to use the rest of his mana to jump out. Wait, no, the bushwhack grabbed him. But a global silence will help protect XM, and he actually jumps back in for it, seeing that Ame came in with the big damage from his ultimate. Trying to chase him down still with a Slardar, but they're already back up to the high ground, out of the river, and therefore out of the Slardar's grasp.
Ori goes in this fight. He gets Arcane Curse. He casts Spell. He gets Silence, cancels Dismember. He then gets Global Silence for another 3 seconds. He then gets Reverberation Silence for another 1.5. And then he gets silenced by the Glaive of Wisdom 4th hit at the end. And now we're in another fight by the time I've explained all those silences.
How did they not kill XM underneath this tower? Extreme Gaming bring all their heroes to bear here in the mid lane. Good hook little save just to make sure Low does get out. Low getting very active early on this Ursa. Or maybe they just find the free DY silencer who was trying to get some very aggressive wards down and get spotted in the process, which probably means the ward is probably going to get dewarded. Really going for this Ursa. Got him on the duel. Big win.
Oh, it's just beautifully set up.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Almost made you wonder what the hell he's doing ulting him there. That was just almost frame perfect. And now they have the catapult mid. They're going to bring Ame in. Here's that type of move that can lead to these tier 1s being opened up. So it'd be a big tower to lose for Azure Ray. Maybe we'll defend it here. Eternal Shroud already up for Ori. Tough target to go on unless you're able to commit the duel on him. Still have that global silence ready to back you up.
Once again, I feel like it's pretty important to have supports that scale in this specific team matchup. Okay, they had a ward there on the high ground, had to use the global silence to protect XM.
That's a big win for Azure Ray. Like, that was Ori just poking there. Instead, he got the global out, which hurts the rest of this fight for XG as they can't commit.
Immediate smoke up with no global silence and an amp damage still on Ori.
Yeah, you don't want to duel this guy. I'm telling you, man.
DY gonna break. Bach immediately jumps into the trees and finds DY. They'll kill him first, but Ame was in great position to use his ultimate, and he just shredded both of those cores. Ori's still trying to deal with the Legion Commander. They finally managed to finish off that Aegis. Oh, I got the grab! Ori might miss the early hooks, but he gets the clutch ones every time.
This man hits them when they count. And I go back to that decision from XXS to duel Ori. Oh, they were baiting him.
Jinq gets grabbed by the bushwhack. Long zip in from XM. Doesn't find its mark on the hoodwink. Goes for the Slardar instead. Hooked back, but no. Ame, whenever Ame shows up to these fights, heroes do disappear. Charge through once again. Hits
nice.
FY. Jinq, yeah, get him on the dead shot too. Really well done. It's a world of difference. Extreme, no damage.
I mean, Ori didn't want to dismember him there. He saw the hammer. He's like, I don't want none of that.
Spearbreaker charging in, charging back out. XM trying to follow it up, going for the Slardar once again. Got the duel on him as well. Slardar is #1 on the priority list. Now they're going to go, ooh, another nice hook from Ori. Got XM. This man just don't quit. You'll Scepter on the Spearbreaker, but the damage is already done. Ori is limping back to the tier 1 tower, turns around, gets a Dismember off. He's healing now.
Healing up.
He's back up to over half HP. Jinq, he gets a break off and charges away before he is caught by the rest of Azure Ray.
And we're seeing this Dismember talent. It counts for a lot when you're gaining strength off that. It's a lot of extra heal going in at the end.
Oh, nice heals right before it's connected. He's still going to die, though. No way to get away from the Storm Spirit here.
Low on the high ground. I mean, they see him.
Or he's going to join him. Hits the hook on a DY. They are outnumbered right now, and outgunned perhaps by the Muerta. Ame, he tried to go for the crush on him to stop the damage, but Ame had already popped the ultimate, does nothing besides a brief stun that is easily ignored. Lays the damage into Azure Ray again. And now the cores are dead, so it doesn't matter if Ame's ult is gone.
Yeah, and Ori ain't salvaging this fight. That Ursa got popped. You go in a fight, you get global, you BKB, you get re-silenced. Maybe you don't get your ult off. Very annoying spell for him to deal with.
Bach is not having the same kind of game this time around. This Slardar is having a much rougher go of it.
Erasma now up for XM. He has got 30 galvanized stacks. Extra 9.4 mana regen. You're looking at his mana regen tick on the map. He's got almost 50 right now. That's insane.
Pops his ultimate. Careful the blade mail. Oh god, Ame almost killed himself on that one, but he pops the BKB and now he's fine to deliver the sweet ghost justice onto the Pudge. FY gonna get run down now. The charge on through to catch the other support as well. Gets the break on him. These fights.
Radiant's top tower is under.
Cow cam.
He comes. The beast comes. Got the hook on Ori. No follow-up. No bushwhack in time. They go for a duel on the Pudge because Ame can do the damage. They saw it last fight and they'll see it again. Ori is not the same kind of tanky boy he was last time around. They punish XM. They keep on getting these attempted punishes on XM. They hit the hook, they hit a stun, but they do not have the follow-up to either kill him fast enough or keep him disabled.
Now he has a full Shivas, so that just got that much harder. Shivas AC both online for XG. Every kill that goes down is Spell Amp into Ame and Stolen in for DY. Painful deaths here for Azure Ray in a painful game too. The duels don't stop coming.
More and more intelligence, more and more mana regen, more and more spell amp, more dual damage. It's just scaling up incredibly for Extreme Gaming, and it's better just to call it now because you're not getting any better against this lineup, it seems.
That slaughter ended that game with a 400 mana pool because DY had 44 stolen in. I believe there was over 150 stolen dual damage. There were 18, I think, Spell Amp stacks.
I mean, Night Stalker is very good versus Weaver, so is Shadow Shaman, so it's not a free Weaver game, but they made Geminate attack an innate ability, so you can get the double attack, kind of like the Legion gets at level 1, which is nice.
The pressure's adding up that XXS is getting a lot of early CS, which is typically the hard part for this Heroes, is, you know, getting decent amount of CS on the first 2 levels. But now, as you get to level 3, 4, 5, this Hero starts becoming more and more of a menace. It's hitting incredibly hard. And will secure first blood on top of all the CS he's getting.
Late. Okay, what happened to the rune announcement, by the way?
So I don't think we get to...
Do we not get to see it?
We don't get to see it.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah, we're left guessing too.
Honestly, my gut feel, like, I didn't read this patch and feel like Terrorblade stood out to me. If anything, I feel like people were kind of dumping on some of his facets. The hero's kind of the same. Yeah. So maybe he can still reliably do Terrorblade things, but he doesn't stand out to me, and this lane's just becoming a feeding frenzy.
The other facet looks terrible, in my opinion. I haven't tried it. I'm not a Terrorblade player, but the every illusion costs 20% of your HP.
Yeah, that one is
just full HP. That sounds terrible. XXS is sitting behind him here. Is he going to swap save DY? Is he gonna, oh, he is actually. He swap saves. Okay, never mind. He goes through Ori. Ori dodged it with the illusion that he had in his bottle. They're going to chase after him, TP away. The Fisher's going to come. Just, no, it does land in time. They actually do get the Pudge. FY, meanwhile, he is going to die under tower here, it looks like. Unless Bach can save him by forcing the Weaver and even killing the Weaver underneath the silence. He got him, Ame. He tries to get too aggressive. His aggression ended game 2 very quickly.
You much prefer these pickoffs with a Night Stalker, Shaman, Pudge lineup. A lot of single target focus. Just gonna walk into the high ground. Doesn't trap anybody.
Yeah, somehow misses the block entirely there. Overgrowth. And the hook does land, but Jinky was set up for a beautiful echo. Finishes off the Train Protector there. FY starts backing away. Ori dismembering the Earthshaker. XXS tries the same with the swap. XM's coming in from the side, and now they can beat down the Pudge. Ori, False Promise goes out, but they have so much damage between XXS and XM.
Bottling.
There's no way, right? He's still slowed down. There's nowhere to go.
Not close. I mean, you just can't move once the Viper's on top of you. Maybe it takes a while, but he's not getting out of there.
Such a menace in these little skirmishes that are going on. We just watched Ori die. Back to mid lane, dead again.
I mean, when you win the lane with Earthshaker, this hero just doesn't really have downsides. He's just a skirmish god.
Good scouting onto DY. Fisher comes out to try. Oh man, they can't even kill DY fast enough. Damage a problem here. They do manage to get the D-ward, trying to go for a quick escape, but the supports are going to be left behind. It looks like maybe even Bach. Yeah, he slowed down. He can't outrun the Viper. XM
And
That
XG
kill as well.
playing so fast right now, just all over the place. The tempo and control out of this map and play aggressive because they know the advantage they have right now.
They keep on walking into high grounds that Azure Ray are set up on, and somehow it still goes bad for Azure Ray. Okay, false promise this time will actually stay Bach. They get the pick off without losing somebody else, and they'll actually get the Venge too, it looks like. So they're going to throw out the sounds to make sure the Venge can't get the swap. No! Force Staff and an Overgrowth.
Oh, the cluster clock.
A swap available somewhere in there. It finally pops it onto the Oracle. They try to get the Oracle with Ame right on top of them. They're going to be able to kill him. Turn back over to Ori with the bug on top of these units. They have no armor whatsoever. Bach is trying to play with no HP. Can't really help out
No,
though
Thunder.
as he showed up to this fight, but it's not the same impact as a Weaver, that's for sure, when you lose the laning phase this hard.
And actually have a lot of ways to create gaps in the fight. They have this
Back
swap.
for Ori underneath a tier 2. They are so confident. Now, Oracle's going to shrug off the magic damage that's adding up onto the Pudge a little bit here, but the Aghanim Scepter allows them to swap back into Yanming as well. Gets off the false promise before he dies. But Ori, again, you live here, but for how long? You're still stuck in the same situation you were at the beginning. Underneath the Viper, slowed down to a crawl. See, Bach should probably live. He's going to be full HP. But you've used False Promise. You spoiled your hook opportunity there. Can it get any better here for Azure Ray? Pop the Darkness, try and go in, but the Viper immediately starts hitting the Night Stalker and it just looks bad. The Venge does die the first time, dies the second time too. Okay, 4 versus 5 now. Bugs get thrown out. Azure Ray resetting, dealing with the bugs, making
Bach
sure
back
they're no
line.
longer there. Bach is going to chase after these heroes.
FY
Gotta be
once
careful getting
Ame.
too close to the Viper at any point in time.
That's what started all of that off. You hook the Treant, and then all of a sudden you can bait out some early spells from XG. And Ame really pushing.
Yeah, this is dangerous against Shadow Shaman Night Stalker to make that kind of play, but he's got the extra life. He seems very convinced that they can't go on him. Swap back on Ori. Now he's going to get out thanks to a little assistance there from FY, and they're going to try and kill the Venge twice again. First life down. Second life, Viper Strike on the Pudge. There's the false promise. So right as Shin Q trying to make his jump in.
Oh, he got 3.
Gets the Echo, hits a nice one too. That finishes off the Oracle.
The
though
Weaver.
there's still the heal from the false promise. The Weaver goes down underneath the tier 4s. But they can have any disables here. Tried to stop XXS. Grab on the second
FY.
line. Get a little pushback there
got
onto
Fissure.
Ame. But
He's dead.
right through the Fissure area. The Fissure finishes off FY while it allows Ame just enough space to get outside of the base and hitting the tier 3 again.
Cluster Cluck can only do so much here. Jinkyu back
He
in.
tried to line it up for a hook, but Jinkyu,
He blocked him
he
off.
takes the fight right to him. He gets pulled back into the base. Now he's been tongued. FY holding him in place for Low to deal the damage. Enough disables will allow Low to kill heroes.
XXS is back instantly.
Not too
Radiant
difficult to
are
deal with, I would
scanning.
imagine. 28-minute Wisdom Rune. Ori is going to try and fish it out of Extreme's hands here. They have the vision, so maybe it can be more than just a Wisdom Rune. Maybe it could be a pickoff. Spotted by the wave. Missed the Wisdom Rune. Didn't hit a hero.
Oh,
now their
boy.
Fissure blocked. Uh-oh. Do we have
Well,
force
time
to
to
get
fight,
everybody out of
boys.
here? FY is backed into a corner here. Swap goes out, putting them together. Perfect for an Earthshaker, Tree Protector to get right in the mix there. Still though, Bach, he has his darkness, and this is also turning into a bit of a cluster cluck the other way. All these grouped up heroes are also getting silenced, but a false promise on a Bach. There's too much damage from XM and Ame, who are just sitting on the back lines, laying the damage in. XM sitting underneath his Nether Toxin, but he gets pulled out of it by the hook from Ori. Low, Sunder, oh, can he live? No! XXS's spirit lives longer than the Terror Plate does. Ame came in to clean up the kill there as well.
Weaver has a lot more sustain than appears on paper. And now they're just going down mid, not waiting for the Roche, but you do get hooked in.
And forced out. XM. Easy reset for him. Not so easy for Ori, who has to wait on his cooldown to throw another hook. And again, you only have so many more of these left. Another
Oh, he
missed
got the
hook.
Oracle.
Swap back onto the Oracle. Has to false promise himself now. That's going to be trouble while XXS gets down with the Ogre Seal Totem.
Has fallen.
They can't do enough damage to actually kill him the first time. He's able to get out with his full hero. Not even the second Spirit X.
Does hit nighttime, helps block a bit. FY picked up that blink, he's in. They got
Victor.
stunned.
Oh, these stones just keep on hitting 4 different heroes. FY dies instantly.
Jin Q had him on speed dial, preemptive stun.
Forced around. Okay, the Dream Protector's dead off of Ori. Ori, with his Blade Mail active, Extreme don't want to hit him. And it is creating the space for Low, moving with purpose. Not going to leave any witnesses. Azure Ray, they want to take him out. Not let him linger on Megas for too long. Swap back immediately onto Ori.
Oh, Fisher
Where
on
is the
4,
false
5.
promise? Oh, this Fisher is just demolishing the back line. The supports can't get to Ori.
He got literally everybody there, and that is why the backline positioning from Azure Ray has not been
Another
straightforward.
Fisher thrown out, stun after stun on the Bach. No save still. Jian Ming is going to have to save it for Low. That's
Can't
the only option,
save
but they're just going to call GG.
Anything, man. Yeah, that is a brutal way for Azure Ray to exit this tournament, as their hopes of qualifying directly to Riyadh are shut down. But XG will advance and continue to build momentum in this tournament. Very creative team, willing to pick anything and showing some more creativity here across this series with the picks for Jin Q. XM playing some of his classics. Ame willing to bust out these high-profile, high-strength heroes of the new patch and play them to perfection here.